Hello and welcome to the Freehold Regional High School District Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You may use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time today. You don't have to wait until a certain institution is presenting. If you have questions for any of our presenters, go ahead and submit them throughout the entire event tonight. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, but you do have access to that Q&A function. This is one of many different sessions happening that you sign up for more. There's one session happening after this, and then we have a whole nother night tomorrow. And finally, this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/FRHSD. I'll put that link in the chat as well. I'm going to now turn it over to our main event, and of course, that is our presenters. We're going to kick it off with Adelphi University, whenever you're ready.
Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Cartusiello. I am an Associate Director of Admissions here at Adelphi, and I am really excited to talk to you this evening. So Adelphi University is a medium-sized institution located in Garden City, New York, right on Long Island, right outside of New York City. We really try to focus on being a student-focused institution so that you get this best of both worlds scenario where you can see that our average class size is a genuine average class size of 21 students. The largest you're going to find is honestly a class of 50. That's about it. We don't have large lecture halls. You'll see our 10-to-1 student faculty ratio, and you definitely could get into a class with as low as 4 students. So when you get to know your professors, they're going to know way more about you than just your name. And it really helps with making those connections. At the same time, we have over 80 active clubs and organizations and just over 5,000 undergraduates, which means there are plenty of people to get to know and many ways to get involved and have sort of that bigger school feel. We really just love to emphasize that 95% of our graduates are working or pursuing a graduate degree within 6 months, which is huge. So we have over 50 academic programs you can study here. They fall under 6 different colleges under the Adelphi University umbrella. And our College of Arts and Sciences, we have everything from performing and visual arts to hard sciences, biology and chemistry, to English, philosophy, political science, sociology, criminal justice. We have a whole school for education and health sciences, a college of nursing and public health, definitely one of our most popular majors at Adelphi. Our nursing program is a direct admit program, and it's actually non-competitive, which is a really big deal. And we do have some state-of-the-art simulation labs where you get to work hands-on with lifelike mannequin robots. We also have a school for social work, a school for psychology, and a whole school of business. So really for students, it's easy to change their major, to pick up a double major, to just try a lot of different fields, as well as kind of focus and hone in on a subject if they do know that's what they want to study. We have 4+1 programs to help students accelerate there, as well as a lot of support programs for students with learning disabilities. So we also like to talk about some of the prestigious places our students go after Adelphi. All of these joint degree programs are for professional degrees that take place after graduating, and all of these are accompanied by pre-professional tracks. So you don't have to go to Ross University for veterinary medicine if you want to be a veterinarian, but there is a track for you to study with that. So what makes Adelphi unique? We are really close to New York City, but we're still a suburban campus. So you have great access for social functions. We encourage our students and offer discount tickets to Broadway shows, museums, concerts. Also, a lot of internships are offered there. But as you can see from our community and pictures, we have that suburban campus and a lot of great hands-on activities on campus as well. Love to show the rendering of our newly renovated University Center. This, to me, demonstrated a huge commitment from the administration to student life at Adelphi. The fact that this is the building where students end up spending most of their social time, from a brand new state-of-the-art food court to a great outdoor amphitheater to a fully franchised Starbucks, which is my personal favorite. So if you're still looking to apply, hopefully later this year, we are looking for, of course, the college application. We're looking for your high school transcript. We tend to look at a cumulative GPA across your freshman, sophomore, and junior year of about a 3.5. For us, it's an 88 out of 100. We are officially test optional again for this coming application cycle, so you don't have to submit SATs or ACTs if you don't want to. If you do plan to submit them, we're looking for an average score of 1160 on the SATs or 24 on the ACTs. We're also rolling admissions, so we actually don't have many hard deadlines, but we do offer early action. You are welcome to apply by December 1st, and that guarantees you a decision by January 1st. Otherwise, we do roll out our decisions pretty quickly. It's about a 4-week turnaround either way. If there are any seniors out there, we're actually still technically accepting applications now. So don't worry, we do everything we can to make sure we get you all of your information by May 1st of your senior year. That's that National College Decision Day. Additionally, Adelphi is really affordable for a private school. I love to point out that 94% of our full-time undergraduates are receiving some form of financial aid or scholarship. It's usually some combination of both. So that's really it on my end. Definitely stay in touch with us, follow us on social media, and I will look forward to answering questions from you all in the chat.
Fantastic. What a great way to get us kicked off today. Thank you so much, Adelphi. We are going to head now to Hofstra University whenever you are ready.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. My name is Joseph Maroney. I'm a Senior Assistant Dean of Admissions here at Hofstra University. And I just want to let you know, I will be the one who will be working with you and your family throughout the application process, as I've been having New Jersey as my territory for the past 5 years now. Hofstra University is a university that very much prides itself on giving a student a traditional college experience, but giving them the opportunities that a city school can offer. Hofstra is very much a suburban school, medium-sized school, around 244 acres. Our campus is uniquely divided in half. One side is all academic, the other side is all residential. So you could have that mentality to focus on your books, hang out with your professors on one side of campus, and then really kick back, see your friends, go to the fitness center, go to athletic games on the other side of campus. So you really can customize your experience and really make it so that way your college experience is what you're looking for, and you can have those moving moments as well. Hofstra, like I said, is a medium-sized school. Although we do have a larger population when it comes to our undergraduate students, around 7,000 undergrad, our average class size is 21 and the student-faculty ratio is 13:1. So we're still able to give you that similar experience that you have now in high school inside the classroom. You get to know your teachers, your professors when it comes to the college realm. You'll get to know your classmates. More importantly, they get to know you. You'll really be able to tap into your professors' network. Most of our students at Hofstra who get internships are coming from the professors or the career center. So professors truly are not only there to instruct, they're there to mentor and advise as well. With 165 undergraduate programs, I'm not going to list all of our schools. That would well take over my 6-minute slot. But I do want to let you know that we do offer students the acceptance into all 165 when they are applying to Hofstra. So there's no applying to the School of Business, the School of Engineering, the Calico School of Public Policy and Government. You're applying to Hofstra, and your passions and your determination of your degree and diploma by the middle of your junior year will determine when you will actually fall into that school. The reason we do this is, let's say you are interested in engineering. You're not taking engineering starting your junior year. You're taking engineering classes your very first semester at Hofstra. We really want to make sure that you're getting that experience firsthand, so you are not only building that skill set from the get-go, but more importantly, establishing that network and solidifying that that is the career path that you want to go down. We do also have direct entry programs for a physician assistant, nursing, speech language pathology, as well as our School of Law, our School of Medicine in addition. We are actually the only school in downstate New York to have a School of Law, a School of Medicine, a School of Engineering, and a School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. We're very happy to offer that for our students. At Hofstra, you will create your own path, and that's because you will have a minimum of 5 advisors there to help you out. No student from Hofstra is graduating with the same transcript or a resume. Most students at Hofstra will in fact graduate with at least one major and one minor. It's very popular to double major, have a few minors, and students can explore disciplines within different schools. Again, that's a great benefit to you being accepted to the university and not a specific school. You could explore options coming in undecided, but if you know right away you want to become a psychiatrist, we'll go ahead and jumpstart that conversation so your career path is established for you right from your beginning of your freshman year. We do have over 220 clubs at Hofstra, so that means you're going to find your family away from home here. You are able to join clubs that are related to your major or not. You're able to join clubs that are academic focused, religion focused, ethnicity focused, gender identity focused, interest focused. It's really up to you. Most students at Hofstra are taking part in at least 3 organizations, and with 21 Division I sports, as well as club and intramural sports, there's always something to do on our campus. With such a vibrant student body and a really invested faculty on campus, you're oftentimes going to ask yourself, what option am I going to choose, not what am I going to do? Real quick, you do get 2 free tickets to all of our events that happen on campus, including our athletic games. And we're really happy to announce that our basketball team has produced 2 NBA drafts in the past 2 seasons. So we have a really strong athletic program here at Hofstra. We also want to make sure that we're giving back to the community, and you're part of a community. We have at least 100,000 hours a year of community service to our students. So we really want to make sure that you are in fact making an impact on the small scale, but that could easily transition into you becoming a world changer. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years. We do have most of our students living on campus. So if you do have the idea that Hofstra is a commuter or suitcase school, that was back in the day. Now we actually have half our students coming from out of state, 70 countries represented, and about 49 of our 50 states represented. So you do have a really nice geographically diverse population. Hofstra is not too far from the city, 25 miles away from New York. We have about 71% of our students taking place in one internship. Internships are galore at Hofstra University. The average student will actually graduate with 2.3. Now, I want to get to the application process. Hofstra is in fact test optional. We have been for 5 years, not a COVID adjustment. So we know exactly what we're looking for our students who are not submitting test scores. With that said, as you can see the mid-range on your screen, the average SAT at Hofstra is 1242, average ACT is a 27. We have an average of a 3.7 weighted GPA for students coming in. That is about a 92 on a 100-point scale. We're an early action school, not early decision. So you could apply November 15th or December 15th, find out 1 month later, and then you'll also find out if you apply rolling. Real quickly, last thing I want to touch on to really send Hofstra home. About 60% of our students are getting a job 6 months, before they even graduate, and 93% of our students are getting a job 6 months after graduation or attending grad school. So at the end of the day is at Hofstra, you'll have a great experience and we'll prepare you for the next step.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information with us about Hofstra University. We are going to turn it over now to Wagner College. Take it away whenever you are ready.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Just go ahead and share my screen. So I'm Stephanie Grisulo. I am the admissions counselor at Wagner College, and as an alum of the school, I can honestly say that I lived and loved the Wagner experience. We have so much to offer, but by far the best thing about Wagner is that you get a really intimate learning experience while having all the perks that a bigger university would offer. So right off the bat, we're located in Staten Island, New York, which is one of 5 boroughs of New York City. And what's nice about Staten Island is we're actually known as the borough of parks, and you definitely get that feel on our beautiful 100-acre campus. And as you're walking around all that green space, you're going to see lots of familiar faces because we have a relatively small school. It's about 1,800 undergraduate students. In that close, tight-knit community, you will meet people from all over the US as well as all different countries. We have students from 45 different states and 29 different countries. So it goes without saying that the majority of our students do live on campus. A perk of a smaller school is that you have really small classes. So our typical class size is about 20 students. And within that class, you'll also have a lot of professor attention. It's about a 14-to-1 faculty to student ratio. So your professors are going to know you, they're going to know your strengths, your weaknesses. They're going to be able to pick you up maybe when you're falling just a bit. So that's definitely a perk of Wagner. And we have tons of different majors and minors to choose from. Some of the most popular are nursing, business, health sciences, sports administration, education, arts admin, psychology, the list really goes on and on. But our two most competitive majors are our nationally ranked theater performance program, which we are consistently in the top 3, and our 5-year accelerated physician assistant program. This right here is just a bird's eye view of Wagner. Like I said, lots of green spaces, so definitely nice when you're walking around campus. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we have tons of life during the week when people are going to class, as well on the weekends. We have about 70 different clubs and organizations, so there's lots of ways for you to get involved. And if you want to start your own club, you just need the backing of a professor. We also have Division I athletics, so that's great whether you're an athlete or not, because there's lots of school spirit, a sense of camaraderie, and there's always some action going on at Wagner. We also have Greek life. It's about 12 to 15% of students, so it's really nice because it's there for those who want it, and those who don't want it aren't going to feel like they're on an overwhelmingly Greek-run campus. I was involved in Greek life when I went to Wagner. I had a fabulous experience. I was friends with people who weren't, so it's a win-win for everyone. And as I mentioned before, our theater program is nationally ranked. So with that, you'll get amazing performances happening throughout the year that you could go check out for free. And those students do oftentimes end up on Broadway or behind the scenes on Broadway. So that's definitely really cool. This right here is a view from our football field, which is directly across the street from our campus. So a quick walk across the street, and you're looking at the Verrazano Bridge, which connects Staten Island and Brooklyn. So definitely a good view on a nice day supporting your Seahawks. And this right here is where our men's baseball team plays at the Richmond County Savings Ballpark, right next to the Staten Island Ferry. So you're looking at Lower Manhattan, Freedom Tower, and again, a really nice view on a spring afternoon. And that kind of takes me to my next point. We like to say we have the New York City advantage. We give you a traditional collegiate campus right in Staten Island, but you'll have all of the perks of Manhattan right within reach. We have a campus shuttle that runs 7 days a week from about 6 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. and it'll take you from Wagner to the Staten Island Ferry. It's about a 10-minute shuttle ride, and then once you're at the ferry, you just hop right on and you'll be in Manhattan in 25 minutes. So from campus to Manhattan is about 40 minutes, and it's all fast, free, and easy. And it's why so many of our students are taking advantage of internship and networking opportunities in Manhattan. And I should also mention 100% of our students are required to have an internship in order to graduate. But because of how close we are and how easy it is to get to Manhattan, most of our students have about 3 or 4 internships before they graduate. And we have an awesome career center on campus that will help you get those internships and networking opportunities. And I'd love to answer questions about that if anyone would like to know more about our career center. This is just information if you're thinking about applying to Wagner in the fall. We are a test optional school. We've been test optional for about 10 years now, so we will also be test optional next year. It's up to you if you want to send in your scores, unless you are applying to the physician assistant program. That program, you must send in ACT and or SAT scores. Everything else, test optional. If you are applying to the PA program, theater performance, or design technology and management, you must apply by December 1st. Everyone else, that's early action, and February 1st is regular decision. So unless you're applying to those 3 programs, it's up to you which one you want to apply by, and interviews are required as a part of the application process for both the physician assistant program as well as the theater performance program, design technology and management program, and auditions are required with theater performance. Anyone else who wants an interview as a part of their application can 100% request it, and we will gladly add that on. Here are just a couple of different ways you can connect with us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Wagner College, and admissions has our own Instagram at Wagner Admissions. We post all fun things throughout the year. We'll post admissions updates, application updates, fee waiver codes, so definitely check us out. And there's my email right there. I am the counselor that works directly with students from New Jersey. So if you are thinking about Wagner and going to apply, I'll be the one reading your application, so I'd love to connect with you guys. We currently aren't offering in-person tours. They're only for admitted students. We plan to expand that to all prospective students within the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that, because I'd love to have you guys on campus. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We are going to hear from the College of Staten Island in just a moment here, but I want to remind everyone that the Q&A function is open. So make sure that you get those questions in for all of our presenters today. All right, College of Staten Island, whenever you are ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Joyce Adorno. I'm an admissions advisor at the College of Staten Island. My competitor, Wagner College, just gave you a presentation. The College of Staten Island is part of the City University of New York, and there are 25 CUNY schools throughout the 5 boroughs of New York City. When you're applying to CUNY, you can pick up to 6 of those schools on the application for $65. Staten Island College is the only public college on Staten Island. We are a comprehensive college. We are unique because we are affordable. We have outstanding programs. We start with an associate degree and we work up to a doctorate degree, depending on what major you're interested in studying. Here is an aerial view of our campus. It's a large campus. We have a loop bus that goes around the campus. It's 1 mile from end to end. And we also have a shuttle bus to the ferry, and it runs from 8 in the morning till 11:30 at night. We also have a St. George location right next to the ferry. The College of Staten Island is a good value for, it's called the best bang for your buck. So it's a little under $7,000 for an in-state resident, and for out-of-state residents, it's about triple the tuition. There are opportunities for scholarships. Usually it's based on merit. And the College of Staten Island also was named the Wall Street Journal's best bang for your buck. So 58 undergraduate degree programs and about 34 graduate degree programs. And our divisions of schools are the Division of Humanities, Division of Science and Technology, the School of Business, School of Education, and the School of Health Science. We have some 4+1 programs in social work and engineering and computer science. We are a research powerhouse. So students get to work with professors to do undergraduate research. Not all colleges offer research for undergraduates, so this might make you stand out more than another student when you're going either to medical school or applying to graduate schools. Nursing is very popular. We start with an associate degree and we work up to a doctoral degree. We have simulated nursing labs. We have a 99% passing rate on the nursing boards. So our nursing program is very popular. And then the School of Business, we just received a $7.5 million donation from Lucille and her Chazanoff and her husband. They were alum of the college. It's the largest gift we ever received. We have a Con Edison trading room that mimics Wall Street. Students get to work in that Con Edison trading room. And then we're Division II sports. So if you qualify to play sports, you will get a scholarship. We're the East Coast Conference. And here is a picture of our campus center. And if you'll notice, there's flags around the tundra where there's flags from every country. There's students from all over that come to the College of Staten Island. And we also have student housing where you can live on campus. And you could also commute depending on how far you live. You do not have to live on campus. And then this is what the housing looks like. They're full apartments with full kitchens, full baths, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartments. They are really beautiful. They're fairly new, and that's the gym inside the Dolphin Cove, which is our housing. And then how do you apply? So you would apply online for a freshman. It's a $65 fee. You would need high school transcripts. Right now, we are not looking at SAT or ACT scores due to the pandemic. So that could be a benefit for some students. And then we also offer competitive programs like social work, information systems. We have a high proficiency computer on campus. And this is just for transfer students, so I'm going to switch this one. And then this is the recruitment phone number and email. I also have my email in the chat. And of course, we have all kinds of clubs and study abroad and everything most of the other colleges offer. And I hope that this was less than 6 minutes. Thank you so much for listening.
Fantastic. Yes, you were under 6 minutes, and it's amazing how our presenters are getting all of this fantastic information in such a short time. Thank you, everyone. All right, we are going to head now to Stony Brook University whenever you are ready.
Good evening. My name is Ralph Donnell, and I am one of 2 admissions counselors that handles the state of New Jersey. And so if you're applying to Stony Brook next year, or this coming year, this coming fall, I am one of the counselors that will be reviewing your application. I do want to just say some general things. I'm going to put in the chat or my email. I'm going to send that right now. And also our website. I'd rather, instead of throwing a lot of facts at you, have you talk to you a little bit about in general. But Stony Brook University is part of the State University of New York system. We are located 60 miles east of New York City, okay, on the North Shore of Long Island in the hamlet of Stony Brook. We are a research university. We have 17,000 undergraduates and we house 11,000, and we guarantee housing for all 4 years. We have over 200 majors, minors, and combined degree program that are located in 6 of our undergraduate colleges, along with 2 pure graduate colleges, our School of Dentistry and our School of Medicine. We are looking basically for students that have challenged themselves, that have taken advantage of what their high school has to offer. And I want to transition to that quickly. I don't want you all to stress about whether or not you have a potential major in mind. It is okay to apply undecided. No one says that you have to be 100% sure of what you want to do for the rest of your life. We do allow students to come in undecided. The only caveat is with our School of Engineering and Applied Science. But I want you to look more general in different areas, such as the humanities, social sciences, the pure sciences, the health sciences, and make sure that a college that you're going to be applying to has a wide variety of majors in those general areas. The reason I tell you that, because nationally, and we see it at Stony Brook, between 50 and 60% of students that check off a particular major on the Common Application when they are applying end up changing their major. And that goes across all colleges and universities throughout the country. Why does that happen? Because you are exposed. Freehold is a great high school, but there is no way that Freehold, all right, can expose you to all the opportunities that undergraduate colleges have for you to experience. So don't stress about major. Think in more general terms. Again, social sciences, humanities, health sciences, pure sciences. With the arts, that's very different. Usually in the arts, students are focused on one, of course, type of art that they want to pursue. I also want you to continue to work hard in your classes, whether you're a junior, freshman, sophomore. Most important factor that's going to get you accepted to Stony Brook and many other colleges is your academic performance, your track record, your transcript. We are looking for students that have challenged themselves, who have taken the strongest program that their high school offers, have done well in that program. We're looking at your grades. That shows us what you can do. Again, going back to your transcript and strength of program. We're looking whether or not you've taken honors classes, AP, IB, or dual enrollment classes. That's extremely important. That came to the forefront this year because we went test optional. We will be test optional next year, and we're hoping to continue being test optional in the future. Tests are a part, they have been in the past, but it has always been your transcript. That has been the major factor of whether or not you're going to be admitted to Stony Brook and many other colleges. I want you, all right, to continue being involved. I want you, all right, if there are activities, whether they're in Freehold or whether in your community, stick with them. We are looking for a well-rounded student. Yes, we're looking, the most important factor is the academics, but we are also creating community of individuals that live on our campus. We want to see what you like to do outside the classroom. We are not looking for a laundry list of activities that you join every club that your high school has to offer, but maybe 5 or 6 that you've made a commitment to. It's not the number, it's the quality of that involvement. That becomes very important as we're reviewing you, okay, for admission. I also want you, all right, to start thinking about a teacher or teachers that you would like to have write a recommendation. That's again important to us. We're looking for one teacher recommendation from a teacher that knows you as a learner in the classroom. And in many cases, all right, teachers that are popular get many requests and they may not be able to accommodate your recommendation if you wait until next year. So you may want to start talking to teachers to get them lined up that they would write a recommendation for you. I also want you, hopefully, to have a great relationship with an English teacher, because the English teacher is going to become your editor for your essay. Again, welcome to Stony Brook. I wish you the best. All information can be gleaned from our website, and I encourage you to use that as a starting point for your research in colleges and universities. Have a good evening.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Stony Brook University. That was really helpful information for everyone. All right, we are going to turn to our last presenter of the event, and that is George Mason University, whenever you are ready.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chelsea LeDuc, and I am the Senior Regional Admissions Counselor at George Mason University, coming to you live from Monmouth County. So even though George Mason is located in Fairfax, Virginia, I am a regional counselor, and I live in Monmouth County, just like y'all. So it's nice to meet you all, and I'm glad to be part of your Mason story, and thank you for being part of mine. So our location, I mentioned we are in Virginia. We are located in Fairfax, Virginia, which is about 15 miles from Washington, D.C. Very easy to access the city. We do provide a free shuttle for students from our campus, which is located in that lower left-hand corner. The shuttle will take you to the nearest metro station, which is the Vienna metro station. And from there, you can ride right into the heart of Washington, D.C. It's about a 25 to 30-minute train ride. Very, like I said, easy to access the city. So a little bit about George Mason. We are the largest public research university in Virginia. We hold an R1 Carnegie rating. We have around 37,000 total students at Mason, but at our Fairfax campus, which is our main campus where you will be taking 99.9% of your classes, we have around 25,000 undergraduate students. I know that that seems like a really large number. I went to a school that had significantly less than that, but when I am on campus, I never feel like there are that many students around me. We have the youngest law school in the top 50. Our Antonin Scalia Law School is located in Arlington, Virginia, which is right across the river from Washington, D.C. We also offer a 3+3 law program that students can pursue, where you would start your law courses through our law school in your senior year. We have the second largest residential campus in Virginia. When we were first founded back in the 70s, we were absolutely a commuter school. We are no longer a commuter school, given that we have the second largest residential student body in Virginia. And that student body is represented by all 50 states and 130 different countries. So I think it's really cool that your best friend from college could be from Hawaii or Ireland or South Africa. It definitely lends itself to a global education outside of your traditional college education. Inside the classroom, we have over 80 different undergraduate majors. And when you add in the different minors and concentrations, you have options upwards of 200. So there is definitely something for everybody. We also offer 55 accelerated master's programs, whether those are 3+2, 4+1, 3+3, there's something, again, for everybody. Every student at Mason does take our Mason Core, which is just our fancy name for general studies classes. So you'll be taking courses outside of your major so that you have a college level understanding of different subjects. We also focus heavily on experiential learning, whether that's field trips with your different classes or internships. We provide those as well. And every student does receive an academic advisor who will be there to guide you through your time at Mason and make sure that you're selecting classes to keep you on your graduation track. Our student to faculty ratio is 16:1, and our average class size ranges from 25 to 35 students. One thing to keep in mind is that if you choose to apply to our honors college, those courses are capped at 25 students. So you will never be in a course larger than 25 students through our honors college. Speaking back to some of our internship opportunities, these are some of the places that our students are interning and pursuing careers with post-grad. So you have everything from business to tourism and events, media communications, STEM, athletics, tons of options for you. And these are just, the big names. There's everything from startup companies all the way up to the Fortune 500 companies. Outside of the classroom, we have over 460 different clubs and organizations, everything from Greek life to student government organizations, religiously affiliated organizations, identity affiliated organizations, truly something for everyone. And if there isn't a club or organization that you are interested in, we do invite you to bring it to campus. We have around 20 varsity sports at the Division I level. We also offer a variety of club and intramural sports. And we have the #1 pep band in the nation. I highly recommend checking out our Green Machine on YouTube. So the best way to apply to Mason is through the Common App or our Mason exclusive application. There's no preference to one or the other, whichever you would prefer. When you submit your application, you'll need to submit your high school transcript, your standardized test scores, an essay, and 2 letters of recommendation. And we would prefer that those letters of recommendation come from a teacher and a school counselor. We do utilize a holistic review, which just means we're looking outside of your GPA and test scores for our decisions. You are so much more than just academics, and Mason is so much more than academics. So we're really looking for students who can fit into everything that Mason has to offer. So holistic means we're looking at what types of classes you're taking, what level they are, if they're college prep or all the way up to AP, IB, or dual enrollment. What are you doing outside of the classroom? Do you have to work after school? Do you participate in extracurriculars? A lot of things go into our review process. I mentioned earlier the Honors College. If you're interested in applying to the Honors College, there is a box on the application that you would check off, and that would prompt you to submit an additional essay. We'll also need a resume and letters of recommendation. And if you choose to apply to our CVPA, the audition or portfolio is required. These are our ranges, but we are test optional, so you do not need to submit your SAT or ACT scores to receive an admissions decision. So I hope that this is just the start of your Mason story. Feel free to follow us on our different social media accounts, and feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is there in the bottom left-hand corner. I look forward to working with you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, George Mason University, and thank you to all of our presenters. This was a fantastic event, and we're going to take advantage of having all of these experts in one place, and we're going to go to a very brief Q&A. So let me share my screen very quickly here. The first question that I have for all of our panelists today is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We're going to go ahead and go through the same order, so we'll kick it off with Adelphi University.
Awesome, thank you. So as much as there's a lot of information being thrown at you, my best piece of advice is remember this process is actually all about you. And all of my colleagues here had really fantastic presentations as well. And all of these schools are really great schools. It's just going to come down to, where do you prefer to go? Where do you connect with the most? Who is it that you, and what school is it that makes you feel like you're going to succeed? Because that's where you will.
Fantastic. Hofstra University, what is your advice?
I would definitely say, if campuses are allowing you to visit campus, step foot on campus. Even if you're not remotely interested in attending that school, I would recommend you visit it so you get an idea of what type of school you might be looking for. You know, where you are in New Jersey, you have so many different types of universities at your disposal: medium, private, large, state. Look and see what types of schools are the ones that you could see yourself thriving on. And that's a great way to start tailoring your visits to campuses. If you can't visit, the great thing about the pandemic, in a sense, every university is fine-tuned and tailored that virtual tour. Go ahead and access that. That's a great way for you to really see what it's like to be on campus before you would physically be able to step foot.
Awesome, great advice. Wagner College, what is your advice?
I'd say definitely keep your options open. Sometimes you start your college search and you think you know what you want, but you don't actually know until you step foot on campus, like my other colleagues have said. So keep those options open. Take advantage of all those virtual opportunities that now are available to students, just like you're doing right now. Get a taste for what you think you want, and then hopefully within the next couple of months, and hopefully definitely by the fall, you guys will be able to visit campuses and really step foot on campus, get a feel for it, and then go with your gut, because that's really what it's all about at the end. When you know a school is right for you, you'll get that feeling.
Fantastic. Thank you. College of Staten Island?
Yes, well, what I like to advise students is, when they do their research, they're going to find out what the cost is, the location, size of the classes or size of the actual college, what would be the best fit for them. And again, they're just applying to colleges in the fall of their senior year. They're not making decisions yet. So, if you have an idea that you might want to go to that school, at least apply so that you can make the decision in the spring if you want to say yes or no, I do not want to go to that school, because you still have another like 8 months to decide where you want to go.
Okay, very helpful. Thank you. Stony Brook University.
I think I told you some of the things that I think are important already, but I want to stress that this is your process. You are in the driver's seat of this process as you are researching schools, and you have to put in the effort to go to our websites, to read about our schools, to visit our schools, to see again, as other people have said, whether or not our individual universities are a good fit for you. We're all different. We all have pluses and minuses in your mind, because you're going to have an ideal school or a list of factors that would be the ideal school for you. So put in the time, put in the effort. Make sure you take advantage of us. We're here. We're here to help you. We're counselors. That's what we are. We want you to make the right decision. And keep in mind, we're looking for students to accept. We don't look for students to deny. We want to help you. You have great school counselors at Freehold. You have supportive families. And we want you, of course, to take advantage of the resources and get moving on the research. This is a wonderful time of your life. You're in charge. Hallelujah, and best of luck.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stony Brook. This is a hard question to go last for, but what do you have for us, George Mason University?
I would just like to echo what everyone else has said. College is a match to be made and not a prize to be won. It's really about where you fit best. So as much as we would all love to have you join our student bodies, at the end of the day, we want you to be happy. We want you to pick the school that you are going to succeed at. So in something that no one else really covered is just communicate with us. As much as we want you to come to our school, you're not going to hurt our feelings if you don't. And that way we can just be, open and transparent with you and, talk to you about your next steps or your options. But if you aren't going to come to our school, just let us know.
Fantastic. Well, we're so fortunate to have these experts here sharing their advice. Okay, that question helped us learn a little bit more about the college search process, but now our next question is giving us a chance to learn more again about each of your campuses. So going in the same order, kicking it off with Adelphi, I'm curious, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Sure. So we recently combined, like a few years back, combined what we used to have a separate homecoming weekend and family weekend, and we created Spirit Weekend. And so that starts with Friday night and Saturday events on campus, and we do a prestigious Panther competition, and there's a huge carnival in the parking lot, all pre-COVID. So we're really excited to bring that back very soon. But then the Sunday is all full of excursions around New York City and around Long Island. So there's community service opportunities, as well as everyone going to see either a Broadway show. There's opportunities, I think in the past we've gone to a Jets game. So definitely trying to get interest for everyone.
That sounds like a great weekend of event. All right, Hofstra University, what is your favorite event or tradition?
Of course, so it's a great tradition at the beginning of every single one of our soccer, basketball, and lacrosse seasons. The first home game that we have on campus, we call it our Midnight Madness. So the night before, we'll actually do a scrimmage of our teams. It's a great way for students to get free Hofstra merchandise, Hofstra Pride swag. That's the athletics logo behind me. It's a really great opportunity for students to kind of remind themselves that, yes, we're here, for academics, but you have the great aspects of college like Division I sports right at your disposal. So it's really a great way for students to come together. Faculty are invited. We invite siblings of students. And so it's a really really great way just to see the Hofstra community at large. And the great thing is it happens 3 times a year. So it's always something you have to look forward to.
That's awesome. Sounds like a great amount of fun. Okay, Wagner College, your turn.
Sure. My favorite event, especially since I was a student at Wagner, I can definitely say this is my favorite, is Wagner Stock. It happens every spring. It's sort of like a big spring festival. It takes place on our oval. There's food trucks, vendors, live music, a bouncy house, which it shouldn't be, but for some reason it's amazing. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great stress reliever before finals, and it usually leads up to a big concert that all students are able to attend for free. It's going to look a little bit different this year, but it is still happening, which is really great and exciting in a socially distant way. And I should mention, Wagner has done a pretty awesome job of keeping students on campus, but also safe. So we're happy that we're able to pull that event off this year.
Fantastic. Glad you'll be able to offer it to students. Okay, College of Staten Island, what is your favorite event or tradition?
Well, I might be a little dorky, but I'm not going to say that the carnivals are my favorite, even though we do have carnivals. My favorite is the undergraduate conference, when the students get to show the research that they performed, or artwork that they completed, or it could be dramatic art, or musical theater that they do. So they have one whole day in April that they present their projects, and I find that to be one of the best days on campus.
I love it. It's such great diversity of events here today too. Okay, Stony Brook University, your favorite?
The Roth Pond Regatta. We have several ponds on the Stony Brook campus. Our campus is over 1,000 acres, but Roth Pond is the largest. So individual students or a group of students, what they need to do is they need to construct a floatable device out of cardboard and duct tape. That's all they can use. And they then, of course, try to navigate that floatable device. Notice I'm not calling it a boat, because the majority of them sink. They don't make it. Very few, about 2 or 3 each year, will make it across the Roth Pond. It's a lot of fun. Students get really involved in it, and it usually happens in the beginning of May. But it's just a fun way of students trying their best to get across Roth Pond in a floatable device. Lots of fun.
I love it. It sounds awesome. Thank you. And then we will turn it over, last but never least, George Mason University. What is your favorite event or tradition?
My favorite is International Week, which is usually the first week of April. And it's where we really highlight our international student body. So we will hang a bunch of flags in our student center that represent all of the countries that our students come from. So it's always a different grouping of flags every year. And then we have a couple of different events that will highlight the different cultures and customs of those countries. A lot of them involve food, which is one of my favorite things. So I love being able to participate in that. Usually in non-pandemic circumstances, they do bring the regional team to campus for that. So it's been a little sad to not have it this year and last year, but I look forward to being there next year.
Fantastic. Yeah, food is always a winner. And then when you make it international cuisine, you can't go wrong. Well, thank you all so much for sharing this information about your campuses and the college search process. I also want to thank all of you who are joining us for today's event. So whether you were here live or you are catching this recording, we really appreciate that you joined us today. Very quickly, I wanted to let you know that when you close your screen today, you are going to have a 4-question survey that is going to ask for your feedback on today's event. We would be grateful for any information that you can provide us. And then a reminder that in about a week, we will have recordings of this event available at strivescan.com/FRHSD. I put that link in the chat again. We have one more session happening this evening, so hopefully you'll join us in another event. We have a whole nother night tomorrow. But finally, thank you so much and have a wonderful afternoon.